Greetings, hello, welcome. Let's talk about rational functions. Rational functions. Okay, so what are they? What are rational functions? Let's say you're given a function of x, and that function has a numerator. Let's say n denoting numerator. It's also a function of x, and then you have a denominator which is also a function of x. And in this case, the numerator was a polynomial and the denominator was also a polynomial. So looking at the word rational, we see that in the word rational there is the word called ratio. There's the word ratio. There's the word ratio. Sorry. And we know that ratio is just a fraction of two numbers. Example of a ratio would be 1/2. So that's a ratio. And another example would be 2/1 would be a ratio. And another example would be perhaps 4/3 and 3/4. So all these are ratios. Okay, that's a strange looking 3. Yes, either way. So all these are ratios. So looking at what a rational function is, it has a denominator, which is the bottom part, and it has a numerator. So from here, right from our knowledge of ratios, we can be able to deduce that a rational function is a ratio of two functions. It has a numerator and it has a denominator, which is g of x. Okay, so there you have it. So from here we have observed that a rational function is a function that has a numerator and a denominator. So if you have a function, if you are ever given a function that has a numerator and a denominator, just know that's a rational function. Example would be, let's say g of x is equals to 1/x. So does it have a numerator? Yes, it has a numerator. Numerator is 1. Does it have a denominator? Yes, the denominator is x. So by definition of rational function, this function given fits the description of a rational function. So yes, g of x, which is equals to 1/x, is exactly a rational function. Alright, so another example. So let's call this one 1. Say we're given another example. Let's say we had f of x was given as function of x squared maybe plus 1 divided by x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 2. Question is this a rational function? So based on our prior discussion, we can be able to say, we'll ask ourselves two questions. Does it have a numerator? If the answer to that is yes, okay, give it a tick. Does it have a denominator? Yes. So it has a numerator, it has a denominator, therefore yes, it is a rational function. Okay, so let's write the definition of a rational function. Write it in this block. So rational function, I'll just say RF for short. RF is, let me change this, is a ratio of polynomials of polynomials. Okay, so maybe someone is asking, what is a polynomial? Oh, a ratio of two or more polynomials is a rational function. So a rational function is a ratio of two or more polynomials. Ratio of polynomials to polynomials. Okay, ratio is a quotient meaning division of two polynomials, where your first polynomial, let me put that in there. Okay, I'm repeating the same thing here. Okay, yeah, where one of the polynomials is a numerator, let's say n of x, and the other a denominator. Let's call it d of x, which is exactly this. Rational function known as f of x is equals to a numerator polynomial divided by what is this? A denominator polynomial. So just a ratio of two polynomials. Okay, so yeah, there you have it. Okay, so that's exactly what a rational function is.